Kanye West apology really wasn't an apology. And I'm good with that. Watch it to the end. You'll see exactly what I mean.
You don't hold accountability to my pain. You're being a Karen.
I'm talking
You
about.
don't
I'm
hold
talking. I'm not a
accountability
Karen,
to
and
the pain.
I'm not a Karen, and I'm not going to cancel you, and I'm not going to uncensor you. I'm simply going to.
I loved it. I'm gonna let them talk so they can get to the end. But I love that he called him a Karen. That is very accurate. Piers Morgan do be on his a lot of Karen energy, a lot of caring energy.
challenge you on what you're saying.
You can't.
I think you don't
cancel me.
understand the pain that you've been causing with some of these comments, and I think that one in particular, I can understand.
Oh my God. God forbid, one comment could cause people to feel any of the pain that my people have went through for years. Even like the blacks being ushered to the left during the civil rights movement. No one has cared about black people.
That's modern SJW-ism. Your comments cause me pain. I'm offended.
No,
all right.
No one is.
Can I let me say, I agree that the racism against black people has been utterly deplorable, shameful, unacceptable, and thank God the world is beginning to move to a better place about the way it has treated black people like you. However, it's one form of racism doesn't justify.
It's almost in a better place.
Well, one form of racism doesn't justify another.
It's not a better place.
I'm not cutting you off. I'm finishing my sentence so you can respond. One form of racism. One form of racism. It is racism when you say I'm going DEFCON for Jewish people.
I was in a position where I've been hurt, and this is the way I had the right to express myself. The point of this interview is for you to question me, and then for me to answer and say, okay, even though the same rules are not applied to my people, if a person with a gun or drugs is pulled over and has three other people in the car, they're all going to jail. I'm not going to apply that to Jewish people for the sake of this conversation. Isn't that what you wanted? But you know what you did? You tried to civil rights me. You tried to pull me back to a week ago, but we're here today. There's been plenty of conversations and commentary since that, but you want me to go back to 1960.
No.
Okay, now we gotta wait for the full interview to come out. But if what he's explaining is how I'm interpreting that, is that he's essentially saying that the individuals who did me wrong, they're still wrong. I'm just not going to blame Jewish families that don't got nothing to do with this. You know, it's Jewish people that just go to work and take care of their kids and mind their own business. I'm not going to hit them with a broad brush, broad stroke. I'm going to be precise and hit the target, the exact people that are doing wrong, who happen to be Jewish. And from his perspective, quite often Jewish. Those are the people that I got an issue with. And if he said that and drew a parallel with somebody lumping all black people together, and Piers Morgan didn't acknowledge that, he just wanted to skate past it and then just try to get Kanye on an apology tour. That's where Piers Morgan is wrong. That's where he's on some BS. That's where he's on some. I just want to make you apologize. I just, he want to get, Kanye West hat and chest. I'm sorry for what I said. That's what he's trying to do. That's what he's trying to do with Andrew Tate. The whole interview was just, I want to get you to apologize. Do you feel different? Do you feel bad about what you're saying? That's what this is all about to be.
To go back to 7 days ago.
All right, let me jump in. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to reflect.
Okay, so have we grown? Have we grown?
Here's how we grow. Yeah, here's how we grow. I want you to reflect.
No, have we grown?
Have
we grown? You're not in charge of my growth. You're not in charge of my growth.
Okay, let me phrase it like this. I'm about to suggest to you how you may grow if you choose to grow this way. And you can ignore me. You can ignore me.
Pierce, how much money are you worth?
Not as much as you, sadly.
Exactly. So take my advice. Maybe you'll get richer.
I would love to take your business advice.
Why would I listen to you?
Well, why don't you hear what my advice is and then work out if I'm wrong? Can we do that deal?
Well, the thing is, you haven't given me any credit or a moment of reflection for the comparison that I made, the brilliant, if I do say so myself, comparison that I made to the cops pulling over one black person and locking everyone up.
I understand what you're saying.
And my tweet having issues. Wait a second, I wasn't done with the sentence. La, la, la. my tweet referring to all Jewish people. I said, for the sake of this conversation, I will refer to the business people who have destroyed me and my people and my fellow creatives. But you didn't even accept that I gave you that. You tried to push me back into 1960.
No, I
you
didn't.
tried to push me back into last week.
No, I didn't.
Okay,
The conversation is over at that point. You can't ask anything else from him. He said, I'm only going after the people who are the problem, who happen to be Jewish, but those are the people that I'm death count 3 on. You can't say nothing after that. The conversation is over. Anything else happening going forward, Piers Morgan is being a Karen and just trying to slow walk an apology out of Kanye West.
do you accept that example that I gave you?
But like I said earlier, because I already saw it, his apology really wasn't an apology.
Understand completely the example you gave me. I think all racism is wrong.
So I feel that we've grown.
I would like you to reflect.
I feel we've grown.
If
Do you feel we've grown?
If you've now changed what you wanted to say originally, my question for you is: do you now regret saying DEFCON 3 on Jewish people? Are you sorry you said that?
No.
I think it matters. You should be.
Absolutely not.
It's just like the Andrew Tate video. Are you sorry you said that? Would you say something different? Do you feel different? How do you think about it? It's like it's just trying to just slow walk and just coach somebody into apologizing. And here it is right here. Now this is edited. It's like they were in the middle of a conversation and it just went to an edited scene of him saying this. And it's very suspicious, but I don't want to get tinfoil hat because I don't do that. I don't do the tinfoil hat thing. But it just looked weird. It looked weird how they were in mid discussion and then it's going to just cut to him apologizing as if Piers Morgan isn't even in the conversation.
Are you sorry you said that?
No.
I think it matters. You should be.
Absolutely not. I will say I'm sorry for the people that I hurt with the DEFCON, the confusion that I call. I feel like I cause hurt and confusion. And I'm sorry for the families of the people that had nothing to do with the trauma that I had been through. And that I use my platform where you say hurt people. And I was hurt.
It's an uncensored interview. You said something which you've now wished you hadn't said, and you've apologized. I actually think that says a lot about you, right? That shows you've got that ability to apologize.
Look at his face when he said, now you've apologized. It's like Kanye was like, I ain't really apologized.
I think that says a lot about you, right? That shows you've got that ability to be self-aware, to understand when you cross the line. I think someone like you, with all your energy and creativity and your passion, you're going to say stuff. The way that you talk constantly and in such an extraordinary manner, you're going to trip up.
Piers Morgan is just basically saying, and you just said something on a whim, on a fly. You didn't really mean it. You didn't really mean it. It's like he's
say things the wrong way. I don't think there's anything wrong in when you do that, doing what you just did and saying, look, I'm sorry, I crossed the line, I apologize.
I want to say that it's wrong.
He didn't say he crossed the line. Kanye never said he crossed the line. He said what he said was very. I'm about to get to the point that I wanted to get to this whole time.
Hold an apology hostage, and I got to let go of that and free myself of the trauma and say, look, I'm just going to give it all up to God right now and say to those families that I hurt, I really want to give you guys a big hug, and I want to. I say I'm sorry for hurting you with my comments, and I want to word it. And
why did it freeze right there? That freeze isn't on my end, and I watched somebody else cover this video, and the screen froze right there. I wonder why I did that.
And not in like a political way, but in a presidential way, which means what I knew a president to be when I was growing up.
Now that reeked of a non-answer. Said apologize, but not in a personal way, but in a political way, a presidential way. But when politicians and presidents apologize for something, they're normally not really apologizing. But the fact of the matter is that the reason I say Kanye West's apology really isn't an apology, because the only thing that he's really truly apologizing for is the broad stroke that he said, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. To say that, that's broadly including Jewish people that have nothing to do with what happened to him. That's why it's really not an apology. He's apologizing for the collateral damage and the shrapnel, but he's not apologizing for the people to the people who he threw the initial grenade at. That so and I probably shouldn't even word it that way. This is YouTube and they be tripping, but if you understand that, you understand that his apology wasn't really an apology. He's still standing. I want to back him on this for now and say he's still standing on his square of everything that he said, that of the people who did things wrong to him and have done things wrong to his people from his perspective, as he says it. He's not against them. I mean, he's not apologizing to them. He's criticizing them, the higher ups with the big with the deep pockets that pull a lot of levers and strings. He's still on their head. He's just acknowledging that it's wrong in the same context that if a black person does something wrong to somebody and that person says black people are awful, it is that person probably should step back and say, okay, let me not hit broadly. Let me say that black people and the black people like this particular black person that did this thing wrong to me are awful. That is so, and then apologize to the people who had nothing to do with it. Sorry for lumping you in. That's what he's doing. He's simply apologizing for lumping in Jewish families that had nothing to do with it. That's not an apology. So I'm going to lightweight say that Kanye is still standing on his square. He didn't come hat in hand and say my comments were reprehensible and I feel bad for what I said about what I said. No, he still stands on what he's saying. He just setting certain people aside, which is fair. So that's my take on that. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Did he do a full blown apology? Did he sell out? Did he get weak with it? Or let me know what y'all think. Am I being too generous to him, or am I giving proper analysis? Let me know what you think. Let's talk about it in the comment section. But with that said, we are out of here. Peace. We go.